Hi and welcome. Today I'm going to be making a dongle rig. For the hook length I'll be using £60 line. About 3 foot in length. The knot I shall be using, I'll go through it slowly with you. I'll be tying the hook onto this end, but the hook will be swiveling around. So what we do, we'll tail line, fold it round, so you've got a loop going, the tail goes round the back of the loop. Put your hook on, so you got your hook on. You go round again, and leave another loop, and with the tail, you go between the two loops. Then you put the hook through the original hoop. I haven't left enough, I will manage. Like so. Pull it down over the eye. And I think this is going to come apart. And just pull it tight. Slide the knot down. Push it up the size of the loop you want. Pull on the tail bit. So you've got a smaller loop. And just pull it tight. And there we have it. Perfect knot, won't slip, won't move. And the hook is free to move around in the water on the line. The other end of the hook length will be just a £60 swivel. We should be just tying an ordinary knot, wrap it, twist 6 times, go through the top loop, and then put the line back through that loop, pull it tight. I use a knot puller. That's that. So that's your hook length already done. Now the dongle part, using a £30 line, so that if you get snagged up, you're on a fish and you get snagged up, it's the weight length that will break and not the hook length, so you don't lose your fish. So again, where we've already tied the hook length to the swivel, we then tie the weight length. And that's basically the same knot. Go round 6 times. And I'm using trilene fluorocarbon, as it's virtually invisible in water. Come on, fingers, work. Again, pull that tight. So that's that part done. Now, I'm using £30. The casting force will actually be on the hook length. So there's no actual horse on the hook length itself. You can, if you want, go down 20 £20 for that, but I'm sticking to the 30. Take it the length of your hook length, so you've got it down to your hook length, and then you want to go a little bit longer. Go about that long. What a muppet, what a muppet. We'll start again. That's £60 line. Pick the wrong line up. There. £30 line. That's better. Clear up these little bits. There we go. So we'll start again. As before, through same as eyelet on the swivel, 6 twists through the top loop, which then forms another loop. Put the tail through that loop, tag, and then pull it tight. And that knot won't break, slip. The line will go before the knot does. The top part, get it right, is the swivel that hooks onto the clip on your line. So there we have it. Now go down to the hook again, and we'll cut just past right there. So on this, we put an easy clip. Well, this one's got the actual tail pointing down, which is what we want. So you tie that on. There we go. Trim it off. Now how this works. So this end will be attached to your main line. Your hook hooks onto there. So the actual casting force is in your hook length and not your weight length. So you use a weaker weight length so that, like I say, in case you get snagged up and you've got a fish on, the weight length will snap first and you still keep the fish. Don't put the bait on this hook. What we use now is some wire trace. Take off about 6 inches of it. Bit of tubing. You'll see what the tubing comes in for in a minute. We've got a bit of tubing. And a couple of crimps. Right. You put your crimp on your line. Loop that end over and push it back through the swivel. There we go. So it's in. Then crimp it down. Make sure it's really tight. Put the tubing on. Second crimp. Fold it over, but leave a little bit bigger of a loop. Again, pass it back into the crimp. Okay, and then you just crimp that down again. This is what you use for the presentation of the bait. Now this tubing, slide that up over. Oh, where's your camera? So it goes over the loop. Now this tubing is what holds it onto the hook. So you then push the hook through the tubing, through the eye loop, over the barb. If I use the right hook, it'd be handy. So there we have it on the dongle rig, so that's there. Through the both, and that holds it onto the hook. You then when you're putting your bait on, put your bait on this part, whip it on with elastic. You've got the loop on the other end. Finish off by tying the elastic down. And there you go, it will stay there. So when you're casting out, hook is on the clip. Clip down there. Like so. Your bait's at the bottom, your weight is there, and when you cast out, your hook length takes the force of your cast, and then it separates once it hits the water. You put there we go. So that then, as you tension it up, pulls it straight. That's flapping around in the water and move about any way you want. Your bait is on the end. The fish will come along. This is in the bait itself, this part. So they're taking the bait, sucking it in, and then they suck the hook. Nothing to hide it. The whole hook. Perfect lip hook every time. So there we have it. The dongle rig. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye for now.